whether that was their father or not. See, I don't have the jaded glasses whenever feminists talk to me. Feminists run from me. Because what I did over the 90s and the early 80s and 90s, past the 90s, I began giving the argument to the brothers that the brothers didn't have to counter the feminist bullshit rhetoric. When feminists began to introduce lexicons of hate against men into our society, no one knew what to say against it because women can out-argue men. They'll just start to argue and I will say, well, fuck it, I'm out of here. So they needed to give things to women because women can argue from an emotional point rather than a logical point when their feelings are invested in the argument. And they will start remembering things that have no issues with what you're talking about right now. And so understand that it would be necessary for you to start bringing up all the pains of that woman from the past experiences with men, then give her a platform from which to argue with you with all that ammunition. But then when I began to decode and deconstruct the female mind in the book, The Wounded Womb, which, by the way, Sister Tassili helped to give me, as far as the words, the name of the book was. Thank you, Sister Tassili. We had to deal with that particular argument, so we now know how to deconstruct the argument of the feminist, and which is what I'm going to leave until my next lecture in New York, which is going to get me even more in trouble with women. But that's all right, because you see, it takes some time to marinate. I have a saying. I say truth cuts, but sometimes it takes time for you to bleed. You may feel the pain and don't know that you've been inflicted with something yet. But sometimes, somewhere along, the evidence begins to show you why you were in pain. Because if I was speaking a truth to you that you already knew, and it was something you all overstood and understood, it wouldn't be painful. The family structure was man, woman, child. If you have a real good man who ain't fucked up in his mind by the society, because remember, they start destroying them from the time he was 7 years of age, so that they are dysfunctional for you later on. And why do you think you as sisters now are excelling in college? Well, we've been given the chance. Wait a minute, when did you ever not have the chance to go to college? You could go to college, you could do whatever you wanted, but now they structured the education system so you could excel without the need of using specific educational criteria as what was used before for men. They completely destroyed the way to teach boys how to learn. And they changed the education system so that young girls excelled because of the way they were learning. Not what they were learning, but the way girls learn as opposed to the way boys learn. And they began to force boys to learn like little girls. And little boys ain't sitting still for that. That's why in New York there was a 65% dropout rate of boys. Because the system was structured for them to be dysfunctional. And their consciousness said, fuck it, I'm going out to create my own society. And what do they call that society? Crips, blood. See, we did what we were supposed to have done. Structured a society. It's pathological, but it was a society. They have a system of rules, a system of initiation, a system of tiers. And that's what men do. We structure societies, and once the society is structured, the women come in and they flourish it, they make it grow, they give it continuity. That's gone. So now that you have rendered us, because you want to be equal, you've rendered us insignificant as men. That's why your jail has 2.7 million men in it now. We are all witnesses, vicarious experiencers. What's a witness? One who has seen or heard something. A witness is one who signs his name to a document for the purpose of attesting to authenticity. We are witnesses to what? He can dunk a basketball? Let me ask you all a question. Are you the player? Did you sign the contract? Are you on the team? Are you the coach? Are you the referee? Is your name being announced by Marv Albert? Reality is an orchestration and manipulation of semantics. Your reality belongs to a conceptual hypnotist. They win, they lose, they draw, not you. They are ranked, they are drafted, not you. They seek trophies, they defend titles, not you. They go for the gold, they seek the prizes, not you. They are the contenders, they have the opponents, not you. They are the record breakers. They are the performers, not you. It's their performers, their game that you're looking at. You co-sign their reality as your experience. You co-sign their reality as your experience. And so, you are in a program that consists of words and definitions that have no meaning other than as markers that identify and legitimize their speculation of reality. It's their game. So you see the words player, coach, referee, court, championship, tournament, World Cup, team, competition, sporting contest, score, ranking, ratings, title, trophy, opponent, competitor, rival, adversary, victor, winner, defeat, Wimbledon, leader, captain, three-point basket. Where the hell do you think all these words come in to define their reality came from? It wasn't from you. And it's reinforced on our own little basketball courts. These semantics don't belong to you. You are playing their game. You think that it's just a game of basketball. It is you more and more conforming to a reality. And you won't understand what I mean until about another 6 months after you begin to see it process itself into your reality. The control triad, the Vatican, the monarchies, and secret societies, they play with your mind. They play with your mind by naming those who play their games to entrain you so that you are continuously participating in their reality. You have the Duke Blue Devils. You have the New York Giants, the Minnesota Vikings, the Tennessee Titans, the Kansas City Royals, the Kansas City Chiefs. Here's your Vatican, St. Louis Cardinals, the Texas Rangers, the Pittsburgh Pirates. What's the Pirates from? Skull and Bones, Oakland Raiders, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. All of them fly what flag? Tennessee Oilers, Phoenix Suns, Los Angeles Kings, the Magic, Wizards, the Ravens, Eagles, Spartans, Seahawks, Steelers with an A, Patriots, Rams, Aries, Falcons, the Hawk, Horus, Heru, the Saints, the Reptilians, the Kings, the Rockets, the Warriors, the Rays again. You're dealing with Padres. What is another word for Padres? Fathers. You're looking at them reinforcing their reality because it's them that own these teams. So every time you look at it, every time you participate in it, you are now participating in an entrainment reality. A recognizable face like Muhammad Ali around the globe. Where is he now? Pushing underwear commercials. He's supposed to be a great man pushing underwear commercials.
Michael Jordan.
I'm saying, like Muhammad Ali. So you see him here, and who is his master? Easily. You can see it. This is a caricature, a meat puppet. You live through him. One of the greatest ballers of all time. He was the best exhibitionist that particular game of theirs caught your attention and kept it with. So you love to watch him orchestrate and play for you, actually for them. But what you were watching was a caricature because you ain't seen nothing or heard nothing with that notoriety yet or will ever. But it is you who are witnesses. You do not participate. You are in a vicarious experience, and the word vicarious means secondhand experience. You are essentially not enjoying the fruits of his playing. When he left his black woman, and he ascended the mountain to success. Huh? You did not get into that with him. And remember, the three of them that play together is who? Michael Jordan. Who else? Charles Barkley. And Tiger Woods. They hang out together. And all of them have taken a step down genetically. You do not buy the cars and own the super $350,000 cars. You do not own the home up on St. Thomas's Mountain Hill there with him. You are just there for him to laugh at when you pay for them goddamn sneakers. And he keeps re-signing the checks. Somebody keeps re-signing those checks for you. And what do you have? You are not exceptional first-hand experiences. You are nothing more than vicarious experiences. You are not participants. I don't give a damn how much these clowns dress up, how much you want to see them glitter and glow. The real things going on behind that glitter and all that bling is these children that are suffering to bring that bling to them. So all of this that our children are hypnotized by, and I'm seeing, I hope you young people in the hip-hop community are seeing exactly what it is that brought these jackasses into being. And to know that essentially there is a mechanism and a machinery in place. And it's called, there's a guy who wrote an essay called On the Origin and Influencing of the Influencing Machine in Schizophrenia. This guy named Tosk said, there is the schizophrenia influencing machine, is a machine of mystical nature. The main effects of the influencing machine are as the following. It produces as well as removes thoughts and feelings by means of waves or rays or mysterious forces which the patient's knowledge of physics is inadequate to explain. In such cases, the machine is often called a suggestion apparatus. Its construction cannot be explained, but its function consists in the transmission or draining off of thoughts and feelings by one or several persecutors. It produces motor phenomenon in the body. It produces erections and seminal emissions. It creates sensations that in part cannot be described because they are strange to the patient himself and in part are sensed as electrical, magnetic, or due to air currents only. These are some of the things that are going on in your reality. So what is reality? The mindfuck methodologies of the parasitic elite says that reality is the orchestration and manipulation of semantics. Thus, we are linguistic prisoners trapped in a speculation. Therefore, the only way that your reality is described to you is through the linguistics. Now, they trap the linguistics by giving you the meaning of those languages, and through the meaning of that languages, you have nowhere to go outside the meaning that you've been given. Which is why metaphysics is so important, because it begins to help you to recognize and then define the reality outside of the box that they gave you to function in. We are perceptually manipulated by the power of the spell. What do you do with words? You don't even hear yourself talking sometimes. Spell this word. That's what you do when you talk. So when they give you words and they throw it into the lexicon, they are casting a spell over you. So you begin to learn to spell the language of control. Researchers have discovered, pay attention to this, have discovered that under stress, the brain will convert nerve energies into messenger molecules, which then in turn direct the endocrine system to produce steroid hormones that can reach the nucleus of various cells, causing them to change how the body's genes are written. Listen, they change the way that your genes write out the way your body is supposed to function. These genes will then direct the cells as to how to make a variety of molecules which are used in growth, metabolism, sexuality, and the immune defensive systems. In other words, the mind can rewrite genetics. This was the secret that helped get the monarch mind control program scientifically legitimized.